the country.
We are playing musical chairs in the middle of the night, moving one patient from one side to another.
In South Carolina, a busy hospital calling in the National Guard after dozens of staff were infected by the virus.
We're pretty well maxed out on ICU capacity. 96% that could happen quickly.
And in Texas, employees racing to evacuate this Fort Worth nursing home after dozens of residents tested positive for COVID-19. From California to Florida, America's Sun Belt is now the global hotspot.
And wasn't the heat, according to Trump, supposed to wipe out the coronavirus? And it's not happening. 62,000 new cases in 24 hours. And remember, Trump wants schools to reopen so that kids can die from the coronavirus.
Just in 28 days, less than a month, we have as many cases that we've added as we did in the first 99 days.
Arizona alone now reporting more cases than any other country in the world.
It is heartbreaking right now. I think we reported 117 deaths today. As you've mentioned, the healthcare system is in crisis levels of support right now.
In Tulsa, health officials are now suggesting President Trump's rally last month is partially to blame for a recent spike in cases.
The past 2 days, we've had almost 500 cases, and we knew we had several large events a little over 2 weeks ago, which is about right. So I guess we just connect the dots.
Yeah, everybody knew the Trump events were going to cause various spikes and outbreaks. Trump knew that, but all Trump cares about is sacrificing as many people to get himself reelected again, and he doesn't care what happens. If everybody remembers, during the Tusala event, people had to sign waivers giving up their right to sue if they caught the coronavirus.
It comes as school systems across the country are facing new pressure from the president, who's threatening to cut federal funding to schools that don't reopen in the fall.
You're not going to bully New Yorkers. That's not going to happen. School reopenings are a state decision, period.
Trump is also butting heads with the CDC, saying he disagrees with their guidelines for restarting the school year, which include masks, 6 feet of spacing between desks, open windows, and avoiding the cafeteria and playground equipment if possible.
See, the thing with that, you got 30 students in a classroom. How are you going to have everybody 6 feet apart? There's not enough room in classrooms in order to do that. Unless you cut down classroom size, which is going to make it even harder because there's not going to be enough teachers to teach all those classes, nor is there going to be enough room on school grounds in order to hold all those classes, unless you start holding a bunch of classes outside, which would work out a bit more. But it's, in my opinion, to be better off to keep the schools closed and maybe try to do some kind of online schooling, but reopening schools in the fall is just going to be a death sentence for a lot of students.
I want to make it very clear that what is not the intent of CDC's guidelines is to be used as a rationale to keep schools closed.
New guidelines are now expected to roll out next week.
The White House is facing a new lawsuit from multiple universities after the administration announced international students will have to leave the country if they do not attend in-person classes in the fall.